Hello again, John with you, and now it's time for build update number 2. In build update number 1 we got the Ferdinand all built up. Went very well, I must admit. It's a beautiful little kit from ZVEZDA. Monster of a vehicle, actually, monster of a yoke. There she is. Okay, fine size. So now it's time to start getting it painted. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to give it an undercoat. Okay, I don't really prime, but I do give it an undercoat. The undercoat then is same idea as priming, gives a base for more paint to go on, and also can show up any flaws in any areas you might need to touch up before you actually give it the final coats. So I'm going to use XF9 Hull Red. It was down low, so I just topped it up. I added another little bit of, I used a bit of red brown just to top it up a bit. So we got a nice colour for our base. Okay. Over that then I'm going to give it the dark yellow and then green for the stripes, or whatever you want to call it, the camouflage pattern itself. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get it all coated with the undercoat. We'll have a look at that then and we can see if there are any flaws or anything that might need to be fixed. Hopefully no. So I'll get that done and get back to you. Okay, so there she is now, all undercoated. As you see, I took the barrel, sorry for taking that there. I'm after taking the barrel off, I took the barrel separately, and the barrel is here along with the muzzle brake. Okay, and the muzzle brake there as well. Reason for taking it off is with the barrel, just say that's the barrel. Okay, the barrel is in there. How am I going to get it under there for painting? I'm just going to end up with sort of uneven in under there, so I decided to take the barrel off for painting. Now, happy enough with that. Didn't show up any flaws or any imperfections or anything like that. So the next thing now is to give it XF60 dark yellow. Okay, there she is, XF60 dark yellow from Tamiya. I use Tamiya paints, and I'll give it the XF60. We'll leave that dry, we'll have a look at it and we'll see what that worked out like. Okay, and there we have it. There she is with the dark yellow. Okay, the dark yellow all over. Went down nice and neatly, thank God. Now it's time for the camouflage pattern. Now, on this it gives us 3 versions to use. Okay, we've got this one here with a rather thick stripes. We have this one here that is again rather thick stripes, but they're not as closed. If you see, these are all kind of just like a net thrown over it. Okay, but this one is more of a tigery stripey. Oh, ice cream man is there. And then we've got the third one here, which is the same again as the first one, except the stripes are a bit thinner. So I'm going to try with this one. If that doesn't work out, it'll probably end up as that one. Depends on the stripes. So, no time like the present. I'll get started on that, and we'll have a look at that then when that's done. Okay. Right, so far so good on that. I'll just bring back the camera a bit there. Well, come on. It's typical, isn't it? Everything moves when you don't want it to. Okay, so here we have it, and if you look at the way I have the airbrush set up, I'm after removing the little front cap. Okay, when I remove the front cap, that's what sort of sprays the paint outwards. And by leaving it just the needle exposed, it just flows much thinner. Now, as you can see already, I'm reasonably following it around. I'm happy enough with that. Okay, so we'll just do a bit here at the back and we'll show you how easy it is. Pressure nice and low. Take your time. Remember, these things were all field applied, so you don't have to be so neat with them. They weren't sort of stenciled on or factory done with stencils or professionally done. They were done by the mechanics in the field. German field mechanics. Part of their kit was an air compressor and painting equipment, because they did a lot of the maintenance themselves. They did a lot of the repairs, obviously, being mechanics, that's what they do. But all the field camouflage was all done by the mechanic. I'm after showing my hand there. I do apologise, but it's hard to sort of watch what I'm doing and watch the screen as well. Now, it is kind of awkward when you come to round objects and going over and around things, but as you can see, I mean, we're getting there. I'm getting there. It's not a very professional job, but like I said, with a bit of weathering then and all that, that should all blend in nicely. Okay. Okay, so I'll continue on. I'll get the rest of that done. We'll have a look at it then when it's all finished. Okay, nearly there, nearly there. But you don't need to see me sort of painting little circles. So I'll wait until it's all done and then I'll show it to you. Okay. And there we go. There's the camouflage screen, and it appears we've gone for the top one. We've gone for the slightly thicker one. Okay. Purely down to the fact that I couldn't really get very, very thin lines. I only have a cheap airbrush, but just goes to show you, even with a cheap airbrush, you can get nice lines on it. So, okay, you can't get super thin. I wouldn't go trying to paint the tow cable now with an airbrush. Well, not with a cheap one anyway. Maybe with an expensive one you probably could get it really down nice and fine, and good steady hand you'd get it done. But no, I use the hairy stick for all the touch-up painting and the detail painting and that. But there's the camouflage scheme. It's still wet, so you probably have some shiny spots there that you can see. I was also on the gun. Right, and the muzzle brake there, just a bit on that as well. So what I'll do is I'm going to fit the gun, get that all glued into position. I'm going to do it now just in case it needs any touch-up painting work to be done, because you know yourself, sometimes the glue can move the paints in areas that we don't want them to go and things. So I'm going to get the gun fitted, and then it's a case of start on all the detail painting. Okay, now there isn't that much detail painting in this, I must say, but we've got the tracks have to be done, the tow cable, there's a big hammer here on the side. Okay, we're going to paint the jack block. We have this bar here. I don't know what it is, or whether it's you know, like with the Panther, you get the sort of the big tube with the cleaning rods inside it. I don't know if that's what it is. I do not know. But I'm going to paint it a separate colour, just so it'll stand out, whether it's supposed to be painted a separate colour or not. Again, I do not know, but we'll be going for that anyway. Okay, so that's about it for detail painting. Very, very little. We got the tracks, like I said, the tow cables, this here, the jack block, and the hammer. So I'm going to get all those detail painting done. Then we can do the decals and carry on then with weathering and stuff like that. So I'll get the detail painting done, we'll have a look at that, and then we'll see it before we get the decals on. We'll have a look at it and see what we think. Okay, so next step, next time you see it, should I say, it will have the detail painting done. Okay, so that's all the painting done now. Okay, the camouflage pattern is on, been undercoated, base coated, camouflage pattern again, like I said. The tracks, I'm after doing the tracks in NATO black, XF69. Okay, they will get weathered afterwards, so that'll kind of blend everything in. That's not going to be the final colour of them. The tow cables, the jack, the aerial, and the head of the hammer here, that was all done with XF84 dark iron. Okay, XF84 dark iron. And for the wood then on the handle of the pickaxe, or the hatchet, or the sledgehammer, and on the wooden block I'm after using red brown XF64. Okay, so that's the detail painting done, and as you see I have the gun fitted now and everything, and it's looking great, it's looking absolutely fabulous. Next step now for this is to give it the decals. Okay, decals, transfers or stickers. Now there's 7 decals to go on. We've got the German crosses, there's 3 of them to go on, one either side, one at the back. We've got the number 501, and there's an N then as well. What the N signifies I do not know, but it's got to go on anyway. Okay, so that's the decals. Shouldn't be much, and after the decals then I'm going to give it a gloss coat. Well, I'm actually going to give it a double gloss coat, because I'm going to use an enamel wash on it, so I don't want it to damage anything. So next step, like I said now, is to get on the decals, and I'll give it a coat of the gloss. The gloss I use is this one here, the Aqua Gloss from Alclad 2. Brilliant gloss, absolutely fabulous gloss. It's absolutely brilliant. Now I'm going to get all them done. We'll have a look at it then after that, and then once all that's dry and set, I'll give it about 2 days to dry with the Aqua Gloss, because like I said, I'm going to give it 2 coats. I'm going to give it a coat tonight, I'll give it a coat then tomorrow and leave it dry then overnight again, and then I can start on the weathering. So next step, get the decals on, get it gloss coated. We'll have a look at it then, and then we can start on the weathering. Okay, well, she's as good as sort of the base painting done anyway, and it's in sort of coming out of the factory now at this stage. But we don't want it factory looking, we want it a bit better than factory looking. You know, once we start giving it a couple of washes and things, it'll start bringing it all to life. So bear with me, I'll get the decals done, get the gloss coating done, and then we can start on the weathering. Okay, so there she is, construction done, painting done, and the decals on and gloss coated. So now she's what I call factory fresh. So I'm going to finish this video here, and in the next video then I'm going to get it weathered, and final reveal then will be on that video as well. So overall, like I said, so far with regards the build, absolutely fabulous, really was. It was a great build. No problems, a couple of little Mickey Mouse issues, but you wouldn't really worry about them. It's just a bit of modelling involved in that, but as an out of the box kit, look at her, she's absolutely beautiful, an awesome looking machine. Pity they were a heap of shit in reality, but then they kept breaking down, and the engine overheating, they bursting into flames, and the crew basically abandoning it and running away. But you know, all in all, as a kit it looks really awesome, and as a vehicle they look awesome. Whether they actually work or not, that's a totally different subject. So anyway, lads, that's it. Like I said, for this video. The next video I will be doing the weathering, and I'll give it the old final reveal. There's the kit there. So and as you can see from that, you know, that's about as close enough as I can get it. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked the painting and everything else like that. And stay tuned for next week, and I will have the weathering done and all that, and you'll get to watch that video. Sorry that there was no bum this week. I've just been very, very busy with work-related issues, and I didn't get round to doing it, unfortunately. But I will be back. We will be back on Monday with a whole new bum, myself and Abs. We will have a bum up on Monday. So thank you for taking your time out to watch this video. Don't forget to give the old thumbs up. If anybody wants to contact me, my email number is down below, and you can always sort of stick a comment in the comments box below. So thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, and like I always say, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it, because that's what it's all about. It's John signing off. I'll catch you on the next one, lads. Stay safe.